it's Megan Lorson back with another YouTube video for you today. Today I'm going to be recreating this look that I recently did on my Instagram as a reel. It's this beautiful high bridal bun. It's very effortless, very classy. These high buns are definitely in for 2024. So I'm going to show you step by step how to recreate this look. So I've already brushed through her hair so it's nice and smooth and tangle free, and I did prep her hair by just adding some curls to mid-lengths to the ends of her hair, because some of these pieces might be left out of the bun. It really depends on the type of bun you want. You can make it cleaner, or you can make it a little bit more messier with some pieces coming out. But I like to go ahead and just make sure the ends are nice and smooth and make sure they have a little bit of curl in them. So I've already done that. The next thing I'm gonna do is section the hair off. So I'm going to start from the top of the head and go right down and take a zigzag section to right behind the ear. I'm going to turn her and do the same thing on the other side. Take a section just right behind the ear, section that forward. Perfect. And then once I do that, I'm going to grab a little bit of hair on the top of her head. And by the way, I am using my pink pewter comb. I absolutely love this comb. It's heat resistant, so it doesn't melt if it touches your hot tools. I love it because I can hold it and work. I can section with it. I can tease with it. It is the perfect brush. I have it linked on my Amazon storefront. You guys can check it out down below. Make sure the link is in the description. So I'm just going to take a little section right on top of her head, like right in the crown area. I do want to make sure it's pretty even. It's not a very big section. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see how big of a section it is. It's not very big at all. But I'm going to go ahead and create a ponytail right here on top of her head. I'm going to use a little clear elastic band to do this. And I'm going to just secure it right on top. And a little tip that I like to do is double band my elastic. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap another one around that just to make sure it's nice and secure. That way, if one of the bands snaps, you have another one to secure the style. Once that is wrapped around, I'm going to go ahead and take my detangle brush, and I'm going to bring all of this hair up, make sure these are divided. So I'm going to just start to gather all this hair in the back and start lifting it up. I just want to make sure all the hair is going in the same direction and gather it in my hand. And then I'm going to twist and just hold it with my fingers. And then I'm going to grab 2 bobby pins and an elastic, and I'm going to feed the bobby pins through the elastic. So I'll show you what I mean once I get them on. So you're going to have something that looks just like this, and then you're going to hook the bobby pin right into that ponytail base that we just created and bring this around the other side and stick it straight in. I'm going to put one more bobby pin in there just to make sure that these are locked and they're nice and tight. A lot of times, to create extra security, what I'll do on an actual bride is I will take vertical sections and pump a little bit of texture powder in each vertical section and tease. I'll do about 4 sections usually in the back, and then twist it up. That's going to create an extra padding and extra cushion for creating that base. So that way when you slide bobby pins into the hair, it'll lock right in. I teach a lot of this in my monthly subscription group called the Bridal Society. So if you want more in-depth tutorials on how to create bridal hairstyles that last all day, and tips and techniques, as well as how to use product, you can find all of that in my monthly subscription, which I'll put the link down below for that as well. She is a newer mannequin, so I have not cut her front pieces yet. So, but what I would like to do is section out a decent face frame in the front. And usually what I like to do is kind of take a triangle section. I'll start kind of back here and just bring hair forward, so it kind of creates this little triangle here. And that's usually how I determine and start to bring out the amount of hair that I want. And then sometimes I'll just go down and follow that around the hairline if I want something thicker or that covers more of their hairline. Once I determine that, we're gonna go ahead and bring this back and just kind of make it swoop around the ear and pin it up into the base that we created with that ponytail. So I'm gonna take a couple bobby pins and I am scooping up some of the hair into the bobby pin and then kind of bringing it forward and then hooking it back so it locks into place. Now I'm gonna be doing the same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna place that hair over there. I'm gonna take my triangle section in the front and figure out how much hair I want to leave in the front for the face frame. And once I figure that out, I'm going to swoop this hair back. And you want this hair to follow the other hair so it doesn't look like a complete different section. You want it to flow. So just make sure that it follows the hair that you've already pulled back so the style flows together. And again, I'm just going to grasp some of the hair from one side and then lock it into that ponytail base that we created. And I'm just gonna take a couple more bobby pins to make sure that this section is nice and secured back. And once it is nice and tight, now we're ready to start creating the bun. So we have 3 different sections, one from the back that we pulled up and then one from each side. So I'm gonna keep them in 3 sections. And you can really do this in as many sections as you want. If you want more detail, then you can do more sections to make it more intricate and detailed looking. I'm gonna try to split this into 3 even sections. And then once I've got it even, I'm gonna just twist it a little bit. And I'm just going to bring it under here and just start to create the bun, and by bringing it around. And I'm gonna use my fingers to hold it in place. And then I'm just gonna take some bobby pins and go around and secure this. I'm gonna go all the way around. And again, all these bobby pins are getting pushed into that ponytail base that we created. And that's gonna keep this bun nice and secure. Now this is the part where I was telling you that you can keep hair out. So if you want to keep some loose ends in the back, you can do that. Or we can pin them up. I'm gonna just create the bun first and see what I think looks the best. I'm gonna take our neck section and give this a light twist. A lot of times when I'm creating this hairstyle, I'll pump in some texture powder and then pinch and pull out the section. This helps to create some grit and texture to really fluff out a braid or a twist to make it fluffier and bigger and make it look fuller. Again, these are all tips and tricks that I teach inside the Bridal Society that you can learn. Just gonna go around and create that. This part is really just visual. It's more just you play around with it to see what looks the best and what shape you like, and you can just kind of figure out where you like everything placed. and then pin it. And everyone's hair is going to be so different, and the thickness is going to be different. As I'm creating the bun too, I like to kind of go around it and pinch and pull it out. And just kind of shape it as I go. I always like to step back from my hairstyles and take a look at it to see how it's looking in the front, from the sides, from the back, and really get a good perspective to make sure it's a well-balanced style. I'm gonna take our last section and just twist it. Just pinch and pull some of this out. And this is our last section, so I just wanna make sure that it's gonna really balance out the style. So I'm going to just start pinning it. Again, you wanna make sure that it's getting pushed into the base. And I can feel a little tension when I'm pushing it in, and that's letting me know that it's nice and secure and that it's not gonna slip out. Just gonna keep pinning around. And again, we can kind of come on top here. And just kind of see where we want it to lay. We can look at it from the front, which I do like the amount of volume that we're getting in the front. I think that's looking nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pin that in place. And this is such a great style for really any occasion, not just as a bridal hairstyle, but it's pretty simple. There are several different ways you can create this style too that can be easier if you're trying to do it on yourself. And then from here, I just like to make sure everything is secure and then pinch and pull out anything that needs to be fuller. And again, I need to cut these front pieces because they are insanely long, but once they are cut, I can make them feather back. I can add some more volume up here and create a nice feathered back face frame, just like this girl has. Her pieces are a lot shorter in the front, but you can just see how nicely they look when they're left out. So this is a very simple bridal bun, super classy, super high, and it's definitely trending for 2024. I'm seeing a lot of higher bridal buns for 2024. And then as an extra added touch, when I did the reel, I added a bow. You could definitely leave it like this. You could add another pretty hair piece that comes around the bun, or the bows are super in for 2024 as well. So I kind of liked how it looked with the bow the other day. And then there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this style. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future hair tutorials, and I will have everything anything that I mentioned in the video will be linked down in the description so you guys can check that out. I also have all my bridal hair kit organization, hair products, everything that I use and more linked on my LTK and my Amazon storefront for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.